Well, we've been here for over 13 years, and we are the pioneer. We spent a lot of time investing in the market very early on. Well, Indonesia market is very vibrant, and it's very, very large. In fact, it's almost as large as the rest of Southeast Asia combined, right? So I think local brands in Indonesia are very strong. And people always talk about manufacturing, about cost, but the reality is that the main advantage that I see for a lot of the local brands is their understanding of the market. We really look deeply at what buyers want to get. The biggest decision factor for them is not just price, it's also quality, value for money, authenticity, and trust. Well, we use AI for everything. I mean, the reality is that when you look at Lazada, our app is fully personalized. This year, our 11/11 campaign is going to be very, very focused on brands. We have more than 10,000 brands going on brand mega offer, very, very high discounts. A lot of our exclusive brands as well. You will see this year we have the highest vouchers ever. So very strong vouchers around LazMall and very, very high discounts. And especially for us this year, it's all about the co-branded collaborations, a lot of the exclusive items. So my number one commitment and the objective of everybody working here is over the next year, we will have the best branded assortment, the best quality, and really take the experience to the next level.
Kalau kita melihat cara berbelanja masyarakat Indonesia dalam beberapa tahun terakhir sudah berubah begitu cepat. Kini konsumen di Indonesia tidak lagi hanya mencari harga murah, tapi juga melihat kualitas, keaslian barang, dan juga kenyamanan berbelanja. Berdasarkan riset yang dirilis pada September 2025, market Indonesia atau pasar Indonesia menempati posisi kedua tertinggi di dunia setelah Tiongkok. Ini mengartikan bahwa e-commerce di Indonesia sangat dinamis. Seiring perubahan perilaku konsumen, e-commerce turut berevolusi. Platform dan brands juga beradaptasi. Yang menarik, pertumbuhan ini tak hanya berasal dari brand-brand global, tapi juga brand lokal. Lalu seperti apa arah dan juga masa depan e-commerce di Indonesia? Dan apa peluang serta tantangannya? Ikuti saya di Ngobrol Boss. Halo, kembali lagi dalam sesi Ngobrol Boss di kompas.com. Bersama saya kali ini Cynthia Rompas. Tentu kita tahu semua bahwa dalam 1 dekade terakhir e-commerce di Indonesia begitu luar biasa, berkembang sangat pesat. Namun dalam 1 dekade terakhir ini tantangannya juga luar biasa. Selain banyak tantangan, tapi peluangnya juga luar biasa. Dan pada saat ini e-commerce bisa dikatakan menjadi salah satu core dari perekonomian digital di Indonesia. Inilah tentunya yang menjadi hal yang luar biasa karena melalui e-commerce kita juga bisa membantu meningkatkan nilai ekonomi khususnya di Indonesia. Namun persaingan yang ketat, demografi dan juga logistik, bagaimana pengirimannya tentunya itu akan menjadi salah satu hal yang perlu diperhatikan dalam e-commerce. Dan saat ini saya sudah berkunjung di salah satu kantor e-commerce terbesar di Asia Tenggara, Lazada. Dan tentunya pada hari ini saya sudah berkesempatan untuk mewawancara langsung CEO Lazada Indonesia, Carlos Otermin Barrera. Hi Carlos, how are you?
Very good, thank
Very
you.
good. So, how you stay in Indonesia?
Good, I love it here. It's a great place.
So Carlos came from Spain, and you already leading the Lazada Indonesia for the past 10 months.
Yes.
For the first impression, what do you think about the Indonesia market?
Well, we've been here for over 13 years, and we are the pioneer. We spent a lot of time investing in the market very early on. Actually, I've been with Lazada for more than 11 years.
Yeah.
The first time I came here was 2014. And we were the main platform, right? So we've been here for a very long time, and now we're more well known for electronics and beauty, but we are really making a very strong push towards brands, quality, and more end-to-end around home and young families. So big focus on beauty, mother and baby, and really being known for trust, authenticity, and quality. Well, Indonesia market is very vibrant, and it's very, very large. In fact, it's almost as large as the rest of Southeast Asia combined, right? So it's by far the largest market in the region. And it's not just about the volume, but also about the complexity. Because it's a market that has a lot of different players, more than any other market in the region. And it has many different businesses and verticals. There are vertical platforms that focus only on one thing, like beauty or groceries. There are a lot of local companies that engage in these, and that they have the local advantage of understanding how the customers think. It's also very developed with different offering, with instant, with a lot of the vertical integration, even financing and many different options. So it's very vibrant, and I think very unique because it's highly localized. It's very, very special because people here spend a lot of time online, and they work in a very different way. A lot of entertainment, streaming. We're trying to differentiate and to build on the strengths that we have over the years and take the business to the next level, right? So far it's been very, very exciting meeting a lot of the local brands. We went through a bit of a repositioning where we have been focusing a lot on groceries, on home items, and really trying to build much, much deeper partnerships with local brands, right? So this year we have onboarded thousands of local brands and really made it a bit highlight of the platform that we are about brands and quality. So it's been very, very exciting to meet. I've been throughout the entire country, but especially Sumatra, Surabaya, Bandung, areas where we have very strong presence and we invest a lot. It's been very exciting to meet the sellers and to also hear them and understand a bit more their suggestions and their feedback. I believe there's a very strong opportunity in this market for a more branded platform, more aspirational, and really taking that type of premium experience to the next level. So we're very excited to grow, to develop, and after 13 years, we hosted our partners dinners, our seller awards. It's great to see that people have been with us throughout the journey, and that there are still many more people that can start with us and grow.
And also people here is always thinking about what is the free ongkir.
Gratis.
So if you talk about the local brand, what do you think of the local brand to the Indonesian market? What do you think about our local brand?
I think local brands in Indonesia are very strong. And people always talk about manufacturing, about cost, but the reality is that the main advantage that I see for a lot of the local brands is their understanding of the market. Indonesia is a market that's very special. It's quite unique, and people demand very different trends. So I've seen a lot of the international players come here and have a very hard time because they don't spend enough resources on the market and the localization, and we really focus a lot. Even if you look at the current campaign, we're running 11/11, but we started November 1st to really focus on local brands and highlight all these brands. So I think for us, local brands are key partners. We do support many of these brands even going to other Lazada countries, but what's very important is they have very strong marketing. They really know how to work. For example, right now, we're investing a lot with them on affiliates, getting all the influencers, all the creators. Indonesia is very vibrant with millions of creators. So you need to build these partnerships and to work with them, right? We have very good success stories with the likes of Paragon or a lot of the, even a lot of the grocery players, or for our LazMall, our big grocery market, we have very strong partnership with Wings. What we see is that it's not just about them manufacturing, but also the way that they really untap the whole market and help you talking to your customer in a much better way.
So why you think the local brand is one of the key of success for e-commerce?
I think the number one reason why people buy local brands is because of their trust, and they have a very deep connection with them. So Indonesian customers really like the affinity and the connection they develop with brands over the years. So for us at Lazada, our business is supporting them, growing and untapping those customers. And we really look deeply at what buyers want to get. The biggest decision factor for them is not just price, it's also quality, value for money, authenticity, and trust. So we want to own that, and to do that we need to work together with these brands to help them accessing this market. If I look at it now, the local brands have developed this type of relationship, trust, authenticity, but customers also know what to expect. There's a value for money, there's a lot of planning. So now they can really get the best deal and know that this is a brand that will not let them down.
Because the habit for Indonesian consumer may be quite different and quite unique, Okay. So Carlos, the Indonesian economy is currently what we call facing economic headwinds. What do you think about that? And how the Lazada Indonesia to navigate it through it?
Well, this is a very uncertain, unstable time
Exactly.
and environment across the world.
Yeah.
But I'm personally very optimistic about the growth and the industry. What we try to focus as much as possible is on value for money and helping both brands and buyers really maximize their value. So today when we work with brands, what we do is we invest a lot more together with brands to help them growing, to provide these best deals and to really drive good brand mega offers, vouchers during these campaigns. So we help them growing. But also when it comes to buyers, what we try to do is to really get them to get much higher baskets, much higher discounts when they buy more. So what we are seeing is that people are buying maybe slightly less often, but a lot more every time because they really plan their purchases.
Yeah.
So you look at our Double 11 or a lot of the campaigns that we have once a month, people are buying much larger quantity. We shared the current available data is that in some cases the buyers are buying even more than 50%, 60% more because they really want to plan and to buy in bulk, right? So what we see now is that especially with brands, it's a good time to be more mindful, and our users are really willing to pay if they get good value for money and they know what they're buying. So people are very discerning now. In the past, there was a lot of product exploration, more impulse buys. Now, when customers retract a little bit more, they're a little more careful. What we see is that it's not just that they plan, it's that they're willing to buy quality as long as it can last longer, or they know what to expect and they can use it over time. So we see that as our main mission. And we also have a mission to support developing the ecosystem, right? So what we see is we've been partnering a lot with banks, with financing, try to help people afford certain things, home upgrades, some things that can also make their life better. So we see this as a temporary phase, but it's also a good moment to really rethink the way that we work and to support people to get through this moment, right? We'll be here 13 years and we're going to be here much longer, but it's a moment to reiterate the commitment, right?
But do you think the economic headwinds is a challenge or just like something that you have to face it?
I think challenge and opportunity are always very closely related,
Exactly.
right? We are coming from many, many years of very fast growth, very strong online momentum. What we see now is that there's a certain leveling of the playing field where people are adjusting and trying to really handle the new reality. But people that are committed, they will always see this as a chance for them to sustain. The way we look into it is a way to reiterate our commitment, to focus and to grow. And people will remember that when things were not so good, Lazada was there to help us, right?
Okay, so when we talk about the e-commerce, they always growth, not every years, but sometimes we say every day it's growth. So what e-commerce experience does LazMall provide, thereby drawing Indonesian online shoppers?
Yeah, LazMall is all about trust and authenticity. So we have the most convenient and trusted experience where you can buy, get your money back, you can return 45 days, even more in many cases, and you will always get your items not just authentic, but you will always get, if there's any issue, you will always get refunded and compensated. So it's, for us, it's about peace of mind. It's very elevated journey where you have access to all sorts of brands, 30,000 plus brands that are available. And you can treat it as the main online supermarket. It's like a department store where we have all sorts of partners. Now, what's unique about LazMall is that there's a lot of discovery happening. New products, new brands. We have a lot of exclusive brands that are only available with us. And it's the way to really access this beauty, sports, a lot of different things.
Electronics also.
Definitely. Still, electronics is a very, very big part for us. And you can access a lot of the brands that are constantly launching new products with us. So you can also enjoy very unique things and very unique experiences.
Okay. How you make sure the consumer is always happy to shop on LazMall?
Well, we always innovate and we continue to adapt ourselves, and that's where we invest a lot, not just on technology, but also we invest quite heavily on experience. Yeah. Authenticity and returns are almost hygiene factors for us. You always find what you want and you always have the best experience. But what we also do is to continue enhancing the experience. So you can get, every day there are brand mega offers. We use our Lassie Chat, our AI-powered shopping assistant, to improve your discovery and your recommendations, and we give you a lot of really very, very targeted suggestions and inputs on how to buy, right? And at the same time, we also want to reward our buyers. So we're rolling out our membership to reward people's loyalty. We have 40 years, and a lot of our buyers are gold or platinum, and they get additional support and additional rewards, right? When it comes to LazMall, I think the most important thing for us is always finding the best brands and really knowing that anything you buy from these brands will always work, and you don't even have to think about it. So we deliver very fast. We have a lot of different services, but the number one thing that everyone tells us is that I can just trust LazMall.
Okay. The new things that I know on LazMall is you have AI to help us to search what we need, how to compare the products. Is it work?
Well, we use AI for everything. I mean, the reality is that when you look at Lazada, our app is fully personalized. None of us will see the same thing when we open our app. It's totally personalized depending on your shopping behavior, depending on things that you enjoy. But we wanted to go one step, and the reality is that AI is supposed to make our life easier. And to improve the experience. So we invested quite a lot to launch our Lassie Chat. It's like a shopping assistant, shopping advisor. And today we see millions of people engaging in these conversations. And it's not just about finding what you want. For example, you can tell the type of skin or the type of outfit or very situational things, right? Or even a lot of people use it for recipes, or I want to buy this, I want to cook this. That's one element, but there's also a lot of support around promotions, around the best bundles, the best items, exclusives, new arrivals. So we want people to really use it to maximize the Lazada experience. And for us, the fact that there are millions of conversations ongoing and that people really trust and really enjoy, it doesn't just show that it works, it shows that they also feel safe and excited to shop with us.
So for me, it's a new experience to shop on e-commerce. So Carlos, how does the Lazada create a seamless and also enjoyable to online shopping experience for customer via LazMall?
Well, for us, it's really all about trust, authenticity, and then the best deals. We're launching our new LazMall tab, where you can see tens of thousands of brands every day. And as you keep coming to the channel, what you will see is that we have certain programs that we used to go above and beyond. For example, we roll out our milk guarantee for all the moms. Anything you buy, you always know that it's guaranteed, that it's coming from the best brands, and you can always find the items that your baby needs and really shop confidently. We also roll out our membership, I was mentioning earlier, so you can also get exclusive brand deals for members. And then one aspect that I'm very proud of is our LazMart, right? So under LazMall, we have hundreds of grocery brands, and you can build your basket. In fact, you can buy a lot of items at the same time and get a very good deal where everything gets delivered and you have really no questions asked. Automatically, everything gets delivered in the fastest and the cheapest possible way.
So the customer feels safe to shop on Lazada. So LazMall is able to provide an enjoyable shopping, like you said before, the experience to the customers, and also thanks to the brands as well. So how does Lazada get the best brand on board? How do you choose it? What is the measurement of the brands?
Well, this is really what we do and what we love to do, right? The reality is that we want every brand to know that Lazada is there for them. So there's a lot of word of mouth at the beginning. I remember coming here 10 years ago, people were just recommending each other. A lot of them were just like really telling their friends, oh, you have to sell online, you have to join. But now what we do is we really curate a lot, and we set very high standards. We set standards for fulfillment, for quality. Right? Today we scout the entire country. I mean, we have hundreds of people throughout the country, right? We spend a lot of time in all over it, like in Sumatra, in East Java, even in Sulawesi, talking to the brand principals and onboarding brands. So for us, onboarding brands is probably the single most important thing that we do, because we want to have this supply to grow. Over time, what we have seen is that it's not just about having the brands, but also giving them the best service. So we have developed a lot of solutions to help them engaging with the buyers. Today, we have our own marketing solutions where we help them connecting through creators, through our own homepage, through our customer targeting tools and our CRM. We also spend quite a lot of resources curating the brands and making sure that they also have exclusive items and different bundles for us. So today, we have hundreds of brands that are only available on Lazada, but for every single brand, what we see is that they also list very different things with us. Given that we are a little bit more premium, a lot of the brands also focus on more aspirational, new bundles. There are things that we're very proud of. For example, when it comes to beauty, a lot of the premium beauty, we have very strong partnerships with Estee Lauder, with Shiseido, NARS, incredible brands that are many times only available on Lazada. But when it comes to sports, we've been spending a lot to grow our athleisure category. We see Indonesia now is very strong in sports, gym, padel. We have a lot of these partners that Nike, for example, biggest sportswear, biggest brand in the world, they're exclusively selling online. So it's really all about brand diversity, richness, but then working with them to plan very well the items that they can have and connecting them with their buyers.
Okay, so Carlos, how do you make sure the happier is not only for the consumer, but also for the brands?
This is one of the most important measurements for e-commerce. And to be honest, over the years, what we have seen is that as the market matures, it becomes harder and harder for brands to stand up. There's more competition, things are getting tougher, but the number one objective, we're talking about onboarding brands and helping them growing, the number one objective is to continue to grow the market and to focus more and more on quality and getting the brands to get more traffic and to do better with us. So we have hundreds of people managing the brands and spending so much time with them into the details, sharing the customer information, explaining to them the type of items that they need, assisting them to join campaigns. One of the most important levers for us is we have very strong tools. We invest a lot on technology to help them navigating the challenges and to understand. We have our business advisor within the Lazada app. We have very, very efficient app where you can run the entire business just from a phone. You don't even need to use a laptop. You can very easily manage from your app. But then within that app, you also have all sorts of business advice. We help you running your finances, understanding the items that are selling, learning more about traffic, about the categories. So we invest a lot in this business advisor to help them growing. But we also run our promotions through the brands. So when you look at coins, free shipping, our vouchers, these are all things that we do to help the brands investing and catering to these buyers. So there's not a single investment that we run that doesn't have the brands at the center. And really, whenever we have these brand campaigns, if you open the app today, all our banners, all the mechanics, everything is about brands because we're always looking at the balance and the way to get all these brands to talk to the customers and to grow. I've been here for 10 months. Every single month, our LazMall business has been growing and we have been getting more brands and more people to buy from brands. And for us, in the next few months, the number one objective is really to get brands to be happy and to really excel at growing and develop very tight partnership with
Okay, so we've seen both on global and local brands a drive trip to Lazada. So how do you see the local brands is competing today, especially for Indonesia?
Local brands are competing a lot. People don't know this, but Indonesia is one of the countries where local brands have the highest market share. There are many other countries that are very dominated by international brands or international players, but Indonesia is a market where local brands have very, very high market share, and they are leading not just in terms of volume, but in many cases also by value and by quality. They're able to develop very highly trusted products, right? For us, helping local brands competing is about sharing information, marketing, and planning with them. We have more than 200 super brand days every single year, and majority of them go to the local brands, and we partner very closely with them to understand. I was mentioning earlier, one of the best things about local brands is that they really know the market. They have millions of creators helping them, matching with the right buyers, right? So the market is incredibly advanced in Indonesia, where the recommendation, the affiliators, some of the influencers can really bring the crowds. And having those relationships and knowing how to work together, it's very, very important. For example, we have a very strong partnership with Paragon Group, where we work together with our influencers and theirs to help them matching with the exact audiences that they want, right? Audience building is very important for these brands because they are the ones that know what are the best areas to invest and what ages,
Yeah.
what demographics, right? So they are really good at this. The last thing that I think is very unique in Indonesia, but it's quite relevant, is local brands have improved tremendously when it comes to manufacturing, to investment, and to their efficiency.
Yeah.
You would see that they have very strong e-commerce teams, very good supply chains, very good manufacturing. And something we see now is that oftentimes it's hard to plan your stocks, and we see many times international brands are going out of stock or they have challenges with their supply chain, but local brands are very strong at manufacturing, at running their business and planning, and they have a very long cycle in mind. So they tend to do a very good job running their operations and become very efficient.
Okay, as we know, local brands in Indonesia is a lot. So as I know as well, Lazada is very selective to choose the brands. So how you make sure the local brands that put on Lazada Mall is the right one?
Well, we have very high standards. I would like to share, we're very inclusive. We want everyone to come on LazMall, but then there's a very high bar to stay there. So today we have tens of thousands of brands, and we are welcoming more brands. Now, at the same time, it will be a big failure for us if a lot of the local brands are not succeeding. So that's where we have hundreds of account managers and people that are spending their day looking for ways to grow these brands and helping them, giving recommendation on fulfillment, on marketing, on changes, on how to join a campaign, how to provide the best service. And that's why we have invested a lot over the years in logistics, in financing, to also help these brands growing and becoming more professional. A lot of them today are really world-class.
Okay, so what is the product categories are currently most on demand among Alif shoppers, especially given to the customers' shift in behavior?
It's quite interesting because Lazada is all about young families, and we have a lot of moms that are buying. I was sharing earlier, milk,
exactly.
But there's a very strong halo effect. You will see people that are buying diapers and then running shoes or like padel or like the tennis racket. The reality today is that people are really upgrading their lifestyle, and we see that young families buy a lot of home products, sports, health-related items, and mother and baby.
Vitamin.
We see a lot of vitamins, a lot of supplements. Sports is doing incredibly well, both the sports shoes and clothing, but also a lot of the hobbies, a lot of the sports equipment, right? And lastly, what we see is electronics is doing well, but a lot of it is also related to TVs, appliances, people also upgrading their homes and spending more at home to have a nicer environment, right?
Okay, so Carlos, the things on November that I'll always remember for Lazada is just, I always wait for 11.11, 11. That's what we call it. So the campaign is coming very soon, so it is always a big moment for us, for the customer. Do you think the double date campaign still resonate?
So, to be honest, what we are seeing today is paydays are becoming very, very big.
Yeah,
when people
25th.
get paid on 25th, that's one of our biggest campaigns, one of our biggest days, especially for us. People buy a lot of consumables during those days, right?
Yeah, the traffic is high on that day.
Very high, and conversion because people are willing to spend, right?
Exactly.
But with all the campaigns, the double dates and so on, what we see is that the ones that really resonate with people are still 11/11
exactly.
and 12/12, because people get very used to this. So I would say during the rest of the year, we still have some more traffic during double date campaigns. Obviously, Ramadan is incredibly, incredibly big, but 11/11 is the one that has always been there, that's historically very important all throughout the world, and that people still look forward to. In fact, what we see is that it's the campaign with the highest number of items added to cart. So people start checking 1 week earlier, 2 weeks earlier, planning what they're going to buy, because they know that will be the best.
I put on the basket.
Exactly. Because they know and they trust that will be the best price of the year. So they add it to the basket and then they wait. And as soon as they can see the prices, they start to compare. And then 8 p.m. they will immediately buy, because they don't know if there will be enough stock. Right?
Even though I put alarm on that. So exactly, I can get the best price. So what can shoppers and brands expect for Lazada this year for the 11/11 campaign?
Well, this year our 11/11 campaign is going to be very, very focused on brands. We have more than 10,000 brands going on brand mega offer, very, very high discounts. A lot of our exclusive brands as well.
Yeah.
You will see this year we have the highest vouchers ever. So
Okay.
very strong vouchers around LazMall and very, very high discounts. And especially for us this year, it's all about the co-branded collaborations, a lot of the exclusive items.
Right.
So you've seen earlier this month we launched our Pop Mart collaboration. We have Nike, some of the beauty brands that I was mentioning having thousands of exclusive SKUs. And we want to make it quite big around really brand moments. So brand mega offers, brand flash sales, and get everyone to try new items.
All right. So is last but not least, the biggest challenge for Lazada at the moment?
I think the beauty of business is that there are always challenges and things to fix and things to improve. So we were talking about it earlier. I never think about challenges as a problem or as, for me, it's just something that you have to go through and you have to learn. But the number one thing that I want to achieve and the number one challenge for anyone in e-commerce is experience, how to take the experience to the next level. We have a very strong commitment to be more premium, to be trusted. We discussed a lot about authenticity and really that peace of mind that when you buy on Lazada, it's always a quality item and you can trust. So my number one commitment and the objective of everybody working here is over the next year, we'll have the best branded assortment, the best quality, and really take the experience to the next level. Make sure that everybody can trust us.
Okay. Last question. I promise last question. If you could sum up Lazada mission for Indonesia, what you would say?
To deliver the best shopping experience for quality and branded items.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Carlos. It's such a valuable insight and your perspective. And good luck for Lazada. I can wait for the 11.11. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Dan saudara, tentunya ini juga menjadi akhir perbincangan kita pada hari ini di ngobrolbosskompas.com. Tapi satu yang pasti, bahwa berbelanja di online shopping ataupun di e-commerce tentunya memiliki pengalaman yang luar biasa. Jadi jangan lupa tanggal 11.11 atau 11 November tentunya saya dan juga Anda bisa langsung check out. Saya Cynthia Rompas, sampai jumpa.